Starting tomorrow, new rules proposed by the Trump administration will weaken the Endangered Species Act.
It's a law that protects 49 different species right here in Washington state, including our critically endangered orca and threatened salmon. Simone De Rosario is here with how our state's attorney general is trying to fight back on this.
So today, Washington and 16 other states actually sued the Trump administration to block these rules that will make it harder to protect wildlife and their habitat, ranging from making it easier for big industry to move in to ignoring how climate change could make the species more vulnerable.
It's a death by 1,000 cuts for the Endangered Species Act.
So the AG is worried the act, credited with saving the bald eagle, is going to become watered down. The changes will have less of an impact on species that are already listed, like our threatened salmon runs, and of course, the endangered southern resident orca. But leaving climate change out of the equation could hurt. Environmentalists say the real casualties in Washington will be the species currently being considered for protections under the act. The wolverine there on your right, there's only about 20 in the state. The western pond turtle there on your left. The AG says these are more likely to be denied under the new rules.
Wow. All right, the Endangered Species Act has been around for decades, usually supported by both sides of the political aisle. So what's changing?
So some people think that the act is too restrictive, right? And that those land restrictions shouldn't kick in until a species is actually endangered rather than threatened, because so few species ever get off the endangered list.
This way, by reducing the punishments and saying, look, we want to work with you, it's a better way to do it. We're only recovering 2% of species right now. That has to change. What we're doing right now isn't working. And so I understand that people don't want to harm the species, but we do have to do something different to help the species.
Well, there are more than 1,600 plant and animal species that are currently listed. It has kept a lot of species from going extinct. In fact, the act is 99% successful in that regard, but it has only fully recovered between 2 to 3% of listed species.
The fact that species continue to need protections is not a reason to roll back those protections.
Well, we think about our southern resident orcas and their critical habitats. The Endangered Species Act is the reason the federal government actually just proposed expanding that protected habitat all the way down the West Coast. It's those actions that this act encourages. So the administration will face this new lawsuit. And on top of it, Senator Maria Cantwell here in Washington, she just introduced a new bill in Congress that would also repeal these changes. So we're going to be following both of those efforts and the Trump administration's response.
All right, we'll stay on top of it, Simone. Thank you.